Oh, hey there. How are you? My name is Kerry Goodman, and this is my episode of What's in the Bag. So, people come up to me and they ask me, Kerry, what's it like being on the legacy Phenom team? It's pretty good. It's now when people come up to me and they ask me, or when they look at me, and then they look at my bag, and then they look at my shirt, and then they look at my hat, and they go, what are you, sponsored? I'm like, yeah, I am. I am a proud member of the legacy Phenom team. I don't actually say that, but yeah, I say I am sponsored. So anyway, what's in the bag, right? A lot of you guys are asking, hey Kerry, what do you throw? Actually, nobody asked that, but I'm going to show you anyway. So, we'll start off with my putters. Start off with my Rebel. This is I've been using this over the past 2 months since it came out. I have a couple of them. Really like them, especially when there's wind, right? The plastic feels really good because, of course, it's legacy plastic. I love the feel of it in my hands. And when there is wind, that's primarily when I use this. As far as a putting putter, if it's a stiff, heavy breeze out, I'm gonna pull this out of the bag, right? The Legacy Rebel. So my other go-tos, of course, are my closers. These are my putting putters, especially if there's any wind, right? This is the one I've been using for the past couple years. This one right here, just recently went in the bag. In fact, it's an illegal disc. I haven't even marked it yet, but I'm slowly breaking this one in behind this one. So it's about that time. And then, of course, my snakeskin gravity hunter. This is my gem. This one I've had in the bag a little over a year, maybe a year and a half. And this gravity hunter, yeah, if I'm 60, 40, 80 feet out and it's a hallway shot and I basically have to just run it, it's pretty much bang bang. It's boom, flips to flat and just goes straight. The hunter is absolutely amazing, especially with the snakeskin. I would die if I lost that. I mean, then I'd have to switch to the snakeskin. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the snakeskin. That's the lizard skin. I've only been using the lizard skin for the last year and a half. So, other discs, as far as my approach mids, right? What I have in the bag. We could start off with my Badger and my Pursuit. Bagged a Recluse for a long time as well, but I just feel like I get so much different shots with the Badger that the Recluse is kind of a it's redundant almost. The flex I'm able to get out of these Badgers, especially my Badgers, I don't know if you could see, but how flat they are is absolutely, I mean, my dog could drink out of these, and I'm not talking about having it flipped. I'm talking about out of the top if I was to pour water in it. So these are really ridiculously flat Badgers. Clear, easy to lose right now. A big shout out to Brooks Newell. In fact, he sent me some additional because I love these so much. Yeah, and so they're super clear, right? Check out this sick stamp. Thank you again, Brooks. Absolutely amazing, right? Look at that. Gorgeous. Right, this is glasses time. This is a 167 Badger. Just look at how flat that is. It's slightly puddle top. Eventually it'll get worked in like this one. And yeah, they are just amazing. I love my Badgers. This is my get out of jail disc over and over and over again. And oh my God, just 6 stamps. Thank you again, Brooke. You're awesome. And Pursuit, right? And I throw a glow, 175. And I really use this for, I need it to go straight. I want that stability at the end of the shot. I know I'm going to get that right from this disc. I know it's exactly how it's going to go. Super dependable. The glow, a little less stable, right? A little bit straighter, possibly even a little bit longer. But when I got to just put it right in a really tight spot, this is my go-to. So that's as far as my approaches go. Of course, I also have my Ghosts and Gauge, right? Ghosts, I bagged 2 of them. I have one in a beautiful sparkle, yeah, this is a sparkle, right? It almost looks like the bottom of a bass fishing boat. Absolutely amazing, just really gorgeous. And this one is pretty stable. And man, this is just click, bang, bang, run and gun. It's just an amazing disc. This is the Gravity Ghost. It's got a little bit more turn in, just a smidge more turn in it, especially as it's getting more beat in. I actually got this one used online, and I scored. So, and then of course the Gauge. The Gauge and the Ghost are like milk and cookies. Okay, the Gauge is fantastic. It is the perfect complement to the Ghost. The Gauge, I'm able to get a little bit more turn on it, just to have it float out a little bit more to the right. And the Patrick Brown, I feel, is just a little bit more stable than some of the other gauges out there. I have a lot of different gauges, several dozen gauges, and I have several of the Patrick Brown ones just because I love that stable finish at the end. So, big disc for me, Rivals. Okay, now we're getting into a little bit more of a fairway driver, right? I bagged 2 of them. Once again, going with the Pretty Sparkle, right? This one's a 173. This is from 213 Whirls. Right, so this was a great stamp, amazing disc, and this is really my workhorse. 175 Pinnacle. This has been in my bag for about 2 years. You can kind of tell. I don't want to get it every time I think that I need to take it out of the bag or start having a new one behind it working in. It does something magical for me. So I'm not ready to get rid of it yet. This one is a little bit more stable. I feel like this one is just a little bit longer version of this one, but this one is just so money, I don't want to take it out of my bag. And on top of that, when it was overgrown with weeds around here, that was a fantastic disc to throw, because it was easy to find, that hot pink. Okay, this is a disc, and if you know, you know. This is the Patriot, right? This is the one. This is the Pinnacle Lemonade Patriot. And have a couple of them, right? That one's never been out of the bag. But I have kind of love-hate relationship with the Patriot. I want to just absolutely love it because so many people that I know that bag legacy. Patriot is everything, right? Steve loves the Patriot. But I don't throw it as much when I'm on the course. I feel like it's another disc that's in my bag that I just don't ever really use. So I should use it more. I keep it because I want to use it more, because so many people that I respect love this disc. Maybe when I'm better, I don't know. So tried all different types of Patriots, Legend, Pinnacle, light, super light Pinnacle, 153, 158s, Icons, right? Some of the beautiful ones, like the ones with the Patriot stamp that came out, I think it was for last year, 4th of July, right? Have a couple of these, right? Lots of different glow, super lightweight. I want to love the Patriot. I'm doing everything I can. I'm getting the right disc that everybody's like, hey, if you had that, you would love the Patriot. So I'm trying. Okay. Next, the enemies. I got a couple of wild ones. Speaking of puddle tops, like I mentioned with the Badger, I don't know, for some reason I love the flat disc. And this was the OTB collaboration with Legacy for the enemy. This is another one that's just ridiculously flat top, right? Super flat. It's basically a meat hook. 175, shattered enemy. Yeah. Ridiculous. And I complement it with the glow enemy. Once again, I love that soft plastic. I just love the feeling of the glow. I love the way that the glow shapes. It's just a little bit different type of plastic, and it's a fantastic disc. So these two complement each other magnificently. So next, let's go with some understable, kind of like me, right? So we have obviously my glow Phenom, once again with the glow plastic, and this glow Phenom, out of all the discs that I have, I mean, I have a couple of other Phenoms, but I don't have a backup for this. And sometimes I get a little apprehensive about it because I love this disc. It just glides. It's like butter, right? It's got that slight turn and just that slight stability at the end. And with the glow plastic, it's just money. It really is. And if I needed to go a little bit longer and just have just a little bit more of a stable ending, I've been talking for a while. God, this Tarantula Hill Blonde is amazing, by the way. So, that's when I'll pull out my Bandit, right? My Bandit. This one is, I haven't seen a lot of these, right? I mean, this is a glow pinnacle Bandit. I don't know if it's pinnacle, but I mean, everything about it feels like it's pinnacle, and I wasn't sure if it glowed. Pulled out my glow light, right? And yeah, it glows. Not incredibly well, but it's just I haven't seen a lot of these Bandits. Phenomenal disc, absolutely love it. It's a great disc. Once again, going with that glow plastic, I love that extra grip that it allows me to get. And then of course my Nemesis. My Nemesis, I have two of them. My glow, once again going with the glow, and it's a 168, right? That's pretty much my favorite weight to throw. Is probably going to be between 166 to 168. In the higher speed disc we go, the lower in weights I really like to go as well, because I'm getting older. So my Nemesis, my glow is just, these are probably when I have to throw backhands, because I am a predominantly forehand player. Played a lot of baseball. I throw good forehands. It comes natural to me, right? So because of that, I really developed the forehand first, and I've been working with some really cool people like George Cole and Seth Gregory quite a bit, and they've been really helping me develop a backhand, and one of these days I'll have a backhand, and then I'll be really scary. So in the meantime, when I need some distance, right, and I have a good tailwind or a good crosswind that is grooving right, I will pull these out. This was a 164 Icon, and I got this from Chuck Borquez. He's part of the Legacy family. This is his stamp. Hopefully you all know the name. He's a fantastic person. So I got this from him. In fact, I got a couple of them. I just absolutely love these. These are yeah, this is when I need to really bomb a shot out there and the winds are cooperating. This is the disc I pull out. I love this Nemesis. It's absolutely money. This is when I just need, just this one's just a little heavier and a little bit more stable, I think. So that's those two. And then I have my fighter. My fighter is, I mean, it's a great, when I need a meat hook with a little bit more speed than the enemies, I pull out my fighter. This is my absolutely spot on thumber. I love the thumber. I do. I will get a good crow hop into it and get that thumber moving nice. And this is, without a doubt, the disc to do it. If you're ever thinking, hey, I would love to throw a thumber, fighter. All day, hands down. There's not like, oh, which disc should I throw a thumber with? Fighter. I used to always, I'd swear by Icon, and then at the Coyote camp out like 2 years ago plus, maybe 3, somebody told me, no, you need a Legend. And they gifted me this. And thank you, whoever that was, but this has just been absolutely money. And they were right. It's the best thumbers out there. Next, let's go ahead with the one Vengeance that I bag. It's a Glow Vengeance, and this was another disc that Chuck Borquez turned me on to. And because of that, I actually have multiples, 4 or 5 of these. 167 Glow. Just absolutely perfect. Not the distance of the Outlaw, right? When I need to go just a tad shorter, and then that little hook at the end, boom, that's this disc. And there's a reason why I have backups and backups of this one in particular. This Glow run was just money, and it's my favorite. Yeah. My Outlaws, speaking of Outlaws, right? I bagged 3 of these. This is my workhorse of the Outlaws. Once again, this was actually, I think, a birthday gift from Chuck Borquez a couple years ago. Thank you again, Chuck. A magnificent disc from him. This was a 2016 run, 168, and just beautiful, right? But now it's getting, after all these years, because he threw this disc for a while and he gifted it to me. It was one of his favorite Outlaws, and now it's getting slightly flippy, right? So you got to start working in a new one. And once again, Chuck stamp, a 166, and this is the one that I've been working in behind this one. And when I need a little bit more flip, I'll break out the older one, and when I just need a touch more stability, this one, and this one's just breaking. It's so absolutely money. I love that. But when there's a little wind, that's when I'll go ahead and I'll break out this 174, and this run of Outlaw. If you know, and you might even recognize the signature that was on there. I got this last year's Christmas, where the Christmas thing, where Christmas exchange. That's right. Right? Yeah. So the Christmas exchange. So these are these are, and by the way, when we start getting into these types of drivers, the Rampages, the Outlaws, the Cannons, 99% of these shots are going to be forehand for me. It's the only way I could generate that kind of speed, right? I just really, if I'm throwing backhand, I got to go 10 speed and lower. It's my age, it's what I am, it's who I am, it's how I get the most out of what I got. So I know my limitations, but that doesn't mean that I can't forehand one of these with pretty decent distance. Speaking of decent distance, how about the Rompognes? Well, let's go with the Cannon first. I have one of these, 3 Rompognes, 3 Rampages. So my 167, once again, Glow, right? My Cannon. God, I love the Cannon. Once again, predominantly forehand shot. You can see how much use this disc gets, quite a bit. Have backups for backups for backups of this disc because I love this disc so much. It's a really, it's another one of the workhorses in my bag. Speaking of workhorses, right, my Rampages. Now, this Rampage right here, you can see it just gets, it's seen a few years, right? It's seen at least a couple years. Solid use. In fact, this disc was my first legacy disc. This in Arrival. I got together, I was told that I should really focus on the Rival, but of course I'm like, ooh, 14 speed. I got to be able to huck this a country mile. It's fast. Right? No, obviously I was wrong. I got a lot more out of the Rival for a lot longer, but now I really do love four-handing Rivals. Over a couple years of really hammering this Rival, and once again, it's one of those runs that if you know, you know. So 164 Icon, right? And its backup, because this is starting to get a little flippy on me now, is the 161 yellow Icon. Absolutely a bomber. I can get the flip on this and it'll just go and go and go and go and go, right? And then of course, this is also one of the newest runs of the Sky Rampages. This was the Sky Pinnacle Rampage. Now I do love Sky Pages. I have a few of them. I have a few of the last runs. In fact, I could do several what's in the boxes. But I just kind of want to focus what I'm walking around with. So, obviously, this is a great, I like this for a beefy, I got to get up the hill and I need more distance than the, I need a little bit more distance than I'm able to get with any of the Fighter, right? And I just need that meat hook. This is just a phenomenal disc for that situation. So I really do love this, but this is super beefy. So another thing that I do really love walking around with on the course, of course, is my Tarantula Hill beer. So anyway, that is my what's in the bag. Also, of course, a dog bowl, right? And yeah, I think that's everything. Legacy, thank you for having me on the Phenom team. It's an honor, and yeah, it's cool. Super awesome. Thank you guys.